Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fastlane Spares Oceanview Family Speedway for the opening meeting of the 2023-24 season. I'm here out the back of the office at the moment with Simon from Speedway The Inside Dirt, and we're just going to go for a little bit of a pit walk. Mr. Hobman, how are you?
All right. Good, thank you.
Now, Shane was one of the builders of Keith Turner's replica of his 1NZ car from 1978-79. Cars out there racing tonight. But of course at the last meeting last season, Keith hit the wall, ended up in Wellington Hospital and unfortunately had some medical issues and he passed away. And Shane, you're back in the car tonight. Must be pretty bittersweet for you.
Yes, it is. It's been a bit of a hard time in the last 6 months, or since the season's been over, rebuilding this car. So, yeah, I had a play last night in it and got a bit of the nerves out of me. But yep, I'll see how I go tonight.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, before the meeting starts tonight, we're going to be paying tribute to Keith. He was Wanganui Speedway's first official 1NZ. Some say Alan Price won a New Zealand stock car title before him, but it was before the official New Zealand Stock Car Championship had begun. So Keith, our first 1NZ in the stock car class, followed of course by Charlie Bernstein later on, and then by Jerry Linklater in Auckland in the 2000s. But Keith, yeah, will never be forgotten here, and it was a very sad moment, but also it was a really proud moment for Keith to get back out racing in the car, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a little bit of a... He had my old 49 and I said to him, do you want to go racing in the 16? And he says, oh, no one will ever build one. So me and Ross Barnaby decided we're going to build it for him. So he got some racing out of it and he enjoyed himself to the end.
He got about a season of racing, didn't he? Came out on the last night of season before last and debuted, and the car just looked $1 million. You guys did an absolutely fantastic job, and in light of what's happened since then, it's a really great memorial to Keith and to the history of New Zealand Speedway, so well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, let's see who else we can find in trouble. There goes Cameron Hurley in his Taranaki rugby jersey. I wonder why he'd be wearing that today. Nothing to do with Taranaki winning the NPC yesterday, I'm sure. Jerry Linklater, back for another season in the 98.
Yeah, man, looking forward to it. Hopefully build on last year and, yeah, see how we go.
Still keen to race for the Warriors?
Yeah, 100%, yeah, all in.
Going to be a pretty strong Warriors team this year, isn't it? With yourself, Zane Dykstra, Kalen, possibly Lofty.
Yep, and
yeah.
Dylan.
And Dylan.
Don't forget Dylan.
Don't forget Dylan. How can you forget Dylan? Yeah. And then probably 6 or 8 guys who could quite easily jump into the team if they wanted to.
Yeah, that's what makes it really good. I mean, if you've got to fight for your positions, all the better for us. You know, the team will be better for it, and yeah, look forward to it. Hopefully, you know, if we've all got a hustle to get in there, it can only be a good thing.
It is. That rather loud noise we heard going past was the brand new Reese Superstock of Zane Dykstra. They got the car partway through last season, but they didn't rush to get it out. But it'll be making its made its race debut in Palmerston last night, didn't it?
Yep, that's our captain.
How'd he go?
Oh yeah, no, he went all right. He had a couple of car problems, I think, but yeah, once he gets it singing, it'll be just like last year, I'd say.
How did you go?
Oh yeah, pretty good. I was pretty happy. Yeah, did all right, mid-pack.
Reasonable pace there?
Yeah. No, it's all on him, Palmer. Yeah, which is cool. That's what we want to do, get amongst it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's great to see the Superstock numbers in Wanganui growing. 3 brand new Reese cars out there tonight. Zane Dykstra, Trent James, Kalen Mooney. The quality of the cars, the Superstocks here at Wanganui has just increased phenomenally over the last couple of seasons, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and you know that will reflect on the guys as well. You know, in terms of racecraft and that sort of thing. Better cars we got, the more competitive things are, and yeah, it'll put us in a good position when we travel to the big meetings.
And of course, one of the big meetings is here this season, the New Zealand Superstock Grand Prix, sponsored by Sharp As, Daryl and Kylie James. The first weekend in December, Friday night, Saturday night meeting, and that's going to be a biggie.
Yeah, definitely. It's something I'm really looking forward to. Like, even just to be racing a super, but doing one of the big championships at home here is just going to be awesome. So, yeah, hopefully it goes well.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there tonight, Jerry, and good luck for your season. Cool. Max Holloway, how you doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. Man, a few words is Max. He likes to do his talking with the loud pedal.
Oh, you could say that.
So you're all set to go for another season in the 81?
Yeah, it's been a pretty quiet off season, to be honest. Thanks to Reed's Race Cars for getting it smashed out, but they've been super busy. But yeah, got the car back a couple of weeks ago, and been a busy couple of weeks getting it put back together. But yeah, finished it about a couple of hours ago. So we had practice on Thursday, and car was going good. So hopefully we can get some good results and stay off that wall in turn 1 and 2.
So that's a refresh of the chassis or a completely new chassis?
Nah, just a refresh of the chassis. It got pretty banged up last season, so a bit of a tidy up, and freshen up with the motor thanks to Chad at Ace Performance, and so hopefully we'll get the car going well and spin some laps.
Whispers are that the boss has got a new race coming.
Yeah, he's got one coming. Yeah, as I said, Pete and Asher down there are pretty busy, so it's coming. It's not here yet, but he'll get out there at some point, and hopefully we can have some more battles again.
Awesome. How you going, lads?
How's it going?
Enjoy your night up at Hawke's Bay last night?
Yeah, it was not too bad. It was good to get up there and get a bit of a practice before New Zealand's and things. So a bit of a learning for the first couple of races, but yeah, managed to get a bit of a setup on it for the last one. So yeah, pretty happy.
You've done a lot to the car in the off season?
We just did all the general steelwork and things, and then took the engine out for a bit of a refresh, and just chuck it all back together. So yeah, nothing too major.
And you'll be looking forward to doing a bit of teams racing, starting hopefully with the Huntley teams in November.
Yeah, I think that's coming around soon, only in a couple of weeks. So ready to get back into the teams. Hopefully we get selected. We've got a pretty big, wider squad this year, so looking forward to that. So.
Just about enough for 2 teams, haven't we? Like the old days.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dylan, and you have a good night out there tonight and a great season.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
So there's cars everywhere we look. Now, we talk about the Mooney name. The 19V is Mike Mooney. Mike is the owner of Elite Mechanical and Engineering here in Wanganui. He is one of our biggest supporters and sponsors, and he decided it was time he got out there and had a bit of fun as well. So he bought this car from Auckland, powered by a Chevy V6, and so it'll be his first night out there in it tonight, and he's just going to get out there and have a whole lot of laughs and a lot of fun. And, if he's true to the Mooney name, I would imagine that front bumper will get a wee bit of use. So a lot of work being done here in the pits in the off-season, the retaining wall all along the back there, more pads put in. We've concreted the pit chute, and there's a brand new pit gate there because there's been a fairly major earthworks project going on down here, replacing about 40% of the wall around the track. It's still pretty much the original concrete wall that was built in the 1990s, and it's got to the point where it couldn't be patched up anymore. But Simon, if you just want to move your video down a little bit, you'll see the pit gate's got a lip on it. And as we go out and have a look at the track, it's a little bit different down here because the wall's got a lip on it too, like the one at Palmerston North and like the one at Stratford. Previously, the wall was just flush, and cars piled into it, hit it pretty hard, and bounced off. Occasionally one would go up or get squeezed up and over, but here it's far more likely with the lip that the impacts won't be quite as hard because cars will go up. The wall's also taller too, so the higher they go up, the further they have to come down. So it's going to be interesting in the contact classes tonight to see what's happening. And Simon, you're zooming in on the lights that are built into the wall. We have a perennial problem here with drivers not being able to see the lights, or saying they're not able to see the lights, particularly with the setting sun, because this is a summer sport and a lot of it is in daylight. So we've solved that by putting orange and red lights in the wall, built in, LED lights, and the drivers really have got no excuse for not seeing the lights when they come on now, and getting on the brakes a whole lot quicker. We've also got some new seating up on the terraces. We were kindly gifted a quantity of plastic bucket seats, so there's some new terracing's been created, and those seats have been installed, and I'm told by somebody that went up there at practice on Thursday night there's not a bad view from any one of them, so that'll be a place to go to over the summer. When you come out to Oceanview, you can either sit down on the terraced seating at the front, or you can go up on the bucket seats and get a slightly more elevated view, because certainly there's going to be plenty of action down here in turn 1 and 2. Huge field of youth mini stocks, as we get used to here. Cars from all over, from Hawke's Bay, from Rotorua, Stratford. None from Wellington, because Wellington's got their opening meeting tonight. A few from Palmy. The miles that some of these families travel over the course of a season is absolutely amazing. Some of these families really committed to their sport, and as we've seen over the last few seasons, youth mini stock class is a breeding ground for future New Zealand champions. And you might just be seeing a future New Zealand stock car or super stock champion racing their mini stock out here tonight. The SS Motorsport cars looking absolutely fantastic. The two mini stocks of Max Candish and Paige Smith, identical to Max Holloway's 81V super stock, which is again looking really good. Cody Lockett. Kaylin had a couple of races down at Palmerston North last night. Reese Chassis, Lama Engineering motor. Kaylin's stock car will be being driven by Dad Dion Mooney tonight. Kaylin really wants to focus on the super stocks and racking up some performances. All the Wanganui guys are really motivated by the Sharp As New Zealand Superstock Grand Prix here at the beginning of December, and they want to put on a really good show for their home audiences. We might go for a stroll over the other side of the track there, I think, Simon, and have a look at those classic stock cars, because some absolute beauties there too. There's the 38V Dykstra car, another brand new one. 25B is Karen O'Brien from Hawke's Bay. 166 Hayden Hart, carrying a V on the side of that car this season, and welcome to the club, Simon. Hayden. Living and working in Taranaki now, and he has decided to contract to Wanganui, and he's going to make himself available for the Wanganui Warriors this season, which will be a real asset for a team which is already building to be a very, very strong team. Got a batch of production saloons behind us. 2 3-car teams there, the BRC Wanganui team and the BST team racing out of Wellington, and I suspect there'll be plenty of competition between those two groups of drivers this season. And over sitting there by the start-finish podium is the 16 car of Keith Turner. As we say, sadly, Keith is no longer here, but Shane Hobman, the co-builder of the car, is going to race it this season in Keith's memory. And this is one of the most faithful replica builds. Shane called it a junkyard build. They got all the parts that they could from wreckers yards around the country. Even the hand-painted sign writing for the engine rebuilders there, faithful to the original car and the sticker on the bonnet. Keith Turner, New Zealand champion 1978-79 at Palmerston North. That was the first two-day New Zealand Superstock Championship, or Stock Car Championship, as it was then. And Keith was tied on points with Barry Featherston, 99H, after the 3 heats. They had a run-off. Keith put Barry Featherston up the wall, got away, and got to the line first and took that famous title. Never ran the car as 1NZ because they didn't give away the number back in those days. That didn't come till a little bit later, into the 80s. But that is a really nice piece of engineering, that car.